Morning, this is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Sunny Off-Grid Project. Finally a sunny day. Looks like it's going to be nice. It's really cold though. I haven't actually checked the thermometer, but it feels really cold. Of course, coming out of a 75, 77 degree tiny house on wheels, it would feel cold, I guess. I was in town with my truck yesterday. I had to run an errand, and on the way back I found a whole mess of wood. This is from the small engine shop where I was and got all the other wood. This is all OSB. The entire truckload is full of OSB through and through. This was all sitting there for free. There's a whole mess of pallets that I could not lift by hand, and I'm going to go back this morning and see if I can get them. It's all solid oak, and I can use it either for burning or for construction materials. Either way, heavy duty solid oak pallets. I can't pass that up. Now, there were a couple little pallets at the local electrical shop. They put these out for free as well, and I just grabbed them because they were small. But here is a cool deal. A wire wheel. This is a all wood wire spool, or cable spool I should say, because that's huge. And these make amazing coffee tables, and they're really nice outdoor coffee tables. It's all wood, and basically all I've got to do is clean it, stain it, and varnish it, or somehow weather seal it, and I've got myself a very nice rustic outdoor coffee table for summer. Now, cool thing is, it's also got a hole in the middle for an umbrella stand. It was like it was meant for it. I actually am thinking about, they put these out quite regularly. It's first come, first serve, and I'm thinking about painting these up and selling them in summer as coffee tables, as rustic coffee tables. So there's this rustic wood and reclaimed lumber is very good for a business. There are actual companies that make a living just using reclaimed lumber. So it's endless what you can do with this oak. This is oak. I know this is oak. You can see it, you can feel it, and well, obviously that's not, but the uses for reclaimed lumber, it's just endless. There's so much you can do with it. And here I got all the 2x2s for framing. You can use that inside the tiny house in the cabinets and shelving, which I will be doing later. Probably, well, I'm not going to promise a day, because then I end up not doing it on that day. But that is really good stuff for my cabinets and all the shelving. So there it is. I've got the materials. Now I'm going to unload all this stuff, and then I will be able to go get some more. See if I can go get those pallets, those oak pallets. Heavy, heavy things. Like I said, I could not lift them myself, so when I get this truck unloaded, I hope to go get them as well. And this is, I think it's a standard in New York now. It's all heat treated. There is no more chemical treated. Everything is green. I do believe New York has passed some laws that all the pallets are now always heat treated and stamped. That one doesn't have a stamp, but anyway, somewhere on it there should be a stamp, and it'll be heat treated. And I've never seen one recently that hasn't been heat treated. So they're all clean and green. Good lumber for working. Well, there it is. A nice stack of construction material for the tiny house on wheels and the off-grid homestead. Doesn't look like much when it's stacked there neatly, but then again, neither does a pallet of OSB look like that much at Home Depot or Lowe's. But there it is. I'm gonna head right out and see if I can go get those oak pallets. See if one of the guys there at the office or at the shop will help me load them up if they're still there. Good material. Got something to build with. Alright, be back in a while. Started unloading a truck and I realized I forgot my camera. I got a few more pieces of OSB and then these heavy pallets. I can barely handle them alone. I thought they were oak last night, but they're not. I don't really know what they are. It's heavy. Like I said, I can barely handle these alone. They're not all that big. What is it, like 4 by 6? But anyway, there's so many nails in these. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just going to cut these up and use them for firewood. I got it home. I'm going to use it for something. So I'll just get out my saw and just buzz them all to pieces and burn them. That'll work. Anyway, I don't know what that is, honestly. It was rough pine or what? But it's heavy wood. Again, I wish I knew my wood better. It looks like a rougher grain. But anyway, it's gonna be firewood for me. I got a bunch of them on there. I think I'll process them right away so they're out of the way for me. Well, it's partly sunny. It's a little bit cloudy. And I'm looking at 13.9 volts, 140 watts. Of course, it's varying. 10 amps coming in. I want to plug in my battery pack here and see if that'll increase. If it'll pull in more current. When I charge my Ryobi, I just burnt through that. So, no, not really. It dropped the voltage and everything. The cloud went over just at that moment. Oh well, poor time for an experiment. Anyway, it's mostly sunny. I've got green lights. That means the batteries are looking pretty good. And I've charged. Over here on the countertop, I've got some AA's I've charged up. And I've got my my Robies. I'm burning through them like mad. I just came in, so I got no shoes on. I just came in to pop that in and check the voltage and the status of the inside the tiny house, and grab a couple more batteries because I'm cutting up those pallets that I just picked up. That's tonight's firewood. Well, there's one pallet. It's about 2 days of burning right there, at least. 2 good days of burning per pallet. That's BTUs. So that went alright. It took a while though. It's about 30 minutes for a pallet. That's a lot of work, but I guess 30 minutes for a day of heat. A lot of people pay a lot of money for heat, and that was free. Just time. Now I wanted to tell you about yesterday's load. That's all that's left outside from that big heap. Now that's a day of burning right there. That's 24 hours. And I've got the container inside filled. Give or take, but I burned it pretty heavy last night for cooking. For cooking, I burned that stove a lot hotter and when I cook my dinner. And so I burned a lot more wood. So I reduced it to maybe 2.5 days total. I've got the container inside full. That's a 24-hour stash. And I've got this out here. But considering, well, I went through last night and half of today so far. Yeah, it might be 3 days worth of wood that I had there when it comes down to it. But that was some good wood from those trees. So, but I'm going to carry on with this stuff for the rest of the afternoon. I'm going to keep the good logs for nighttime burning because it's safer. There's no creosote, and use this stuff for daytime burning from now on, just so I can burn it hotter and make sure I don't cause any creosote buildup. Now, considering a pallet is 2 days of wood, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I've got, wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, 12 days of burning in a truckload of wood. That's alright, I guess. That's okay. Plus all the OSB, plus all the 2x2s, heat treated 2x2s. So actually that stuff shouldn't bend or flex on me when I get it inside, using it for structural supports for my shelving. That should be good. This one here is broke up really badly, so that's firewood. That's all going in. I'm going to process as much as I can this afternoon and try to get some of these 2x2s and structural wood inside for tonight, and then get everything covered up before it gets dark. But these winter days are short, so short. Well, that's not working out well. Just used up 3 batteries in the Ryobi, and one was a double pack. That's the second pallet. That's it. That's just 2 pallets, and I used up 3 batteries. I gotta wait for some more sun. I gotta top off my batteries. So, I guess that's it for now. I'll set that aside. And these are very clearly marked HT. Very, very clearly. Heat treated. So I've got 4 pallets left in the truck, and all this mixed scrap. I'm gonna break these down so I can use the 2x2s for my kitchen construction. I was just out in the garden foraging. There's still quite a bit of food out here. Parsley's still doing alright. Some of my herbs are still growing. And some of my root vegetables are still alive. And the Brussels sprouts, which never really grew, are still pretty tasty. I am just was foraging in here. Plus there's some wild edibles like plantain and sorrel out here. I was just munching away and enjoying a wild winter treat. Oh, and there's some dandelion. There's some onion. My onion is still trying to grow, so I might dig them up. I gotta lay them in store somewhere in some sand. Problem is I don't have any sand, but that'd be best for them. I could bury it in the mulch here, I guess. Although that froze pretty deeply last year. In the compost, I mean, compost pile. I just pulled out my tarp that I had used previously for protecting the garden from the frost in the beginning of winter. And then it rained heavily and froze solid that night, or a night that I had it out there, and I couldn't lift the thing. And finally it was warm enough today to move it, so I'm air drying it. Unfortunately, some rodents had decided to make it their home, and as rodents do, they destroyed their home. I don't know if I can find it with the camera viewfinder, but there's holes chewed through it. Where is it? There's some holes. No, where is it? Anyway, there's holes chewed through it. It's hard for me to locate it in the camera viewfinder. Let the rodents do that. And there's a nice big fat hole. Little monsters. I hate rodents. So I'm drying that out so I can use it over here in the wood pile. Today is pretty much cleanup day. I'm going to cut that up and burn it. Anything out here that's in the way, getting cut up, processed, or burnt. I just mentioned that a little bit ago. I went out eating. So I'm going to take this wood pile, that's my lumber, my clean lumber, that's going to have to go inside somehow, somewhere. And that tarp that I'm drying out is going over this wood pile. All my new OSB, protect that from the weather.